Hello everybody. In this video I will show you how to submit your weekly activities through Blackboard, and there are 3 different ways that you can do it. The result is the same. You get your solution submitted, but let's go ahead and see what you will need to do so. Okay, so let's say you go to your weekly assignments, and let's say we need to work on chapter 1. After you read the chapter and did online homework and you wanted to do activity 1. Okay, so if you click, let me just show back over here. If you click on the actual activity 1 link right here, this will take you to the submission page. So it tells you what the due date is, how many points it is. What it doesn't tell you that you actually have 3 attempts to submit it. And the reason why I do it is because sometimes you may be attached a wrong file. So then you don't have to email me. You will just go and submit it again with the correct file. Okay. Now let me go back here and download the worksheet. Okay. So here's your first activity, and it will ask you to answer 1, 2, 3 questions. Each has multiple parts. Okay, you can download this file and print it out, and I strongly recommend you do that regardless of your way of submitting, so you guys have access to the printout. Then once you solve these problems, there's a couple of different ways you can submit it. So let's take a look at different ways of doing so. What you can do, you can attach a file, and this can be Microsoft Word, Excel file, or PDF. So you can print out this copy here, and then if you have access to a scanner, just scan it, save it as a PDF, and attach it. So how would you do that? Okay, so now you click on this link right here, and then you go to Write Submission. Okay, and then if you have a file to attach, then you go and browse my computer. So let's say I have some random files here. I can attach a file. So here's the Microsoft file. Okay. So there it is. It shows me that I attached a file. If you have a comment that you want to leave for me, something like, I had a hard time with concept of conditional probability. This is just an example. Okay, then I will have this comment, and I'll contact you, and I'll say, okay, let's go ahead and talk about this a little bit more. Okay, now once you save the draft, you can do that. That it's actually not a submission, so I will not get your solution unless you do submit. So make sure, if you do save the draft, you can come back to this later and maybe add stuff if you need to, but submit is really what you need to press here. Okay, so that's one way of doing it, by attaching a file. Now what else you can do? You can attach an image. Okay, what do I mean by that? So you can get a JPEG of picture of your work. So let's say you don't have a scanner. You can print out this copy of the work, write down your answers, and then just take a picture with your phone. That is completely acceptable as long as I can read it. You send this picture to yourself so you can retrieve it again, browse my computer. You can get a picture here. So instead of the file, these are some of my images. So let's see, let's just say this one. Okay, so this is an image, JPEG, right? So that's what I will see once you submit your solution. The only difference here is if you give me a Microsoft Word file, I can make comments on that paper. If you give me this type of file, so JPEG or any other image, I can still see it. I just won't be able to write comments on your paper. I'm still gonna give you feedback. So whichever way is convenient for you guys, that's fine. As long as I can read your solutions clearly, I have no problem with either way. Okay, and then the last thing is type in your answers. So some of these solutions can be just typed in easily. Now, one thing I would like to ask for you guys to do, this is where you type your answers if you choose to do so, not in the comments section, not in the comments section. Okay, and there is a reason why. If you write a whole bunch of stuff in the comments section, it is really difficult for me to read it because it makes a teeny tiny little font and it puts it all in this one little box, and I'm having a really hard time reading it. Now, if you write it over here in this field, in the text submission field, then I get this big page where everything is nice and clear. I can give you feedback, and I don't have a hard time reading your work. So these are your 3 ways of submitting your weekly activities. If you're not sure if it went through, you can always just send me an email and say, could you please make sure that my assignment is submitted? Okay, once you're done, again, just press submit, and you're good to go. So one thing I want to ask you guys, please do not send your answers to me via email. I have no way of keeping record of it. I also have no way of transferring your grades from the email to a gradebook. Okay. Now, if I do it via Blackboard, all of the grades are saved. You can always go back and read my feedback, so everything is centralized in one spot. Alright, so if you have any questions at all, definitely contact me via email. Once you've submit 1 or 2 assignments, you will see that it's actually pretty easy. But if you're still having any issues, definitely let me know and we'll work through it. Okay, thank you.